Hey guys, what is going on? Joe here, Radio 690 ADV, 690ADV.com. Thanks for stopping in. Happy Sunday. Hope everybody has had a fantastic weekend. Hope everything went well. You got everything that you wanted to do. You got your ride in. You got to go out and do some sightseeing on your bikes. You got to go check everything out. Don't forget, hit subscribe, be part of us. Don't forget about our YouTube channel, youtube.com/690ADV. Hit subscribe, hit that bell, make sure that you're updated, of everything that's going on, and make sure that you subscribe to our podcast, iTunes, Google Podcast, all of them. Spreaker, Spotify, IHeart Radio. We're on all of them. Make sure you are part of it. Last Sunday, we did a segment on group riding. And with that group riding, it almost kind of came out like I was kind of against the group riding. And that is not necessarily 100% was what I was trying to portray. I'm just saying that those were some of the pitfalls. But I had a great subscriber, Chip Monahan. He sent me a email saying, hey, thanks so much for the podcast. Really good. But what about the benefits of group riding? And I said, you know what? You're right. You nailed it. And I need to do that. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the benefits of group riding and what is the good points of group riding. Group riding, there's actually tons of benefits for group riding. Group riding is really, really cool. One of the biggest ones that comes with it is friendships. And with friendships, you get guys that you can ride with, you can get out, you can go do a bunch of stuff together, you can find guys to do local rides, not just adventures, but you can go in and you can be part of something with another person, and that really, really makes it cool whenever you actually have more than one rider that you can actually get along with. It kind of came out like I was saying, oh, everybody's a bad person when you're riding. I didn't mean it to go that way. But what I'm saying is a lot of really good friendships come out of group riding because you can actually meet some people, but you can weed out some of the guys that maybe you don't click with. So that's really cool. And you also have camaraderie, which is really, really cool because that way, it's kind of neat when we go on our rides and we do our stuff. It's kind of fun because it's kind of we like to call it a mob rules. So it's, we've got 2, 3, 4, 5 guys riding. What it is as we're riding and we're out on our adventures and doing those, those trips and all that type of stuff. It's kind of, you come into something that gets a little difficult or you get something that's definitely technical and freaky. Everybody stops. Everybody looks at it. And guess what? The mob rule sets in. If you have 3 guys, 2 guys say, yeah, we're doing it, and 1 guy says no, guess what? You pull through it, man. You pull through it. And I've been through some crazy stuff. My hardest day was 6 miles one time on a trip. And I want to do some stories and talk about some of the stuff that I've done. And a lot of this stuff is with group riding. And it's some of the best rides I've ever had in my entire life. And some stuff that if you could just sit there and look in a mirror, you would look at yourself and say, what in the heck am I doing? Am I insane? What have I gotten myself into? But the thing is with those guys and you get into some hairy stuff and you pull through it and you get through the adversity and you do it together as a team. Man, I'll tell you what, there's not much that goes over, there's not much that's better than that. And it's really, really nice. Not only that, stories. That's really what it's all about. You're building memories and you're building stories. And you don't really have a story that's, in my opinion, super exciting if it's just all about you. It's nice to sit there and talk about your trips and your stories about other people. And when you're with those people, they get to tell their side of how they saw you on the trip, which is really, really nice. So riding together really is fantastic and cool. But you can have those guys that you don't click with, and that's understandable. But there are such great positive aspects to group riding. And that's really the thing, is it's building friendships, and it's building stories, and it's just all sorts of stuff. And not only that, you can learn a lot from each other too when you're riding. And I just think that, you know, if you can find the right people to ride with and you get your group, I'm not saying you got to go out and just try to find new people to ride with every single week. But what I am saying is that if by doing group riding, you can get out and you can go and find the right riders to ride with. And I tell you what, you can build a friendship and a camaraderie that is second to nothing. And you can start building stories, and you can start building adventures together, and you can start doing things, and it's just nice. Some of the things that make it fantastic is planning trips together. If you've got a small group of your buddies that you ride with, planning the trip. Where do you want to go? What's on their bucket list? What's on your bucket list? What do you want to do on those trips? Is there specific things that you want to see? What part of the country do you want to go see? What about camping? What gear are you taking? I don't know. What gear are you taking? It's really a cool thing whenever you can lean on buddies and you can email or Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is and how you do your contact, texting, whatever, calling on the phone. It's really, really cool because you can feed off of each other. One of your buddies may have found something that's absolutely amazing that you never even knew about. Hey, guess what I found? It's dirt cheap and it's amazing. You would have never found that if it wasn't for him giving you a call or giving you the information. So that's some of the really cool things about getting out and group riding, is building the friendships and things like that. There's nothing like laughing in a group of guys around a campfire after riding all day and talking about all the things that you did and all the crazy things that you got through and all of that. That's fun. You cook dinner, you sit around a campfire, you kick your boots up. It's cold. You're at elevation. You're doing all these really cool things all day, and that just never stops. And if you're with the right people and you do the right group riding and you get the right, as I like to say, family of riders, there's nothing like it in the entire world. Because when you go out and adventure with the right guys, I'm telling you, it's like football team winning the Super Bowl. It's the whole 9 yards. Anyway, group riding is awesome. It is cool. And if you can get out and find the right guys, I say do it and get out, find some adventures, go build your own stories. I've said it a million times. Everybody has an awesome story to tell, but certain people will tear down the walls of that person telling that story, and you're never going to hear it. So if you find the right people to be around and you get out, maybe one day you may start your podcast, or you may start your YouTube channel, or you may do something. I'm listening. I'll watch it. I'll listen to it, because there's great stories out there. I've heard some of the best stories being out on motor adventures with my buddies. We usually ride with 3 to 5 guys. Usually not much more than that. We've tried it before. It just doesn't work. But hey, it may work for you. It may not work for you. I know guys that like to go solo. But group riding, get the right people and get out and find some adventure and be adventurous. Because if you don't push the boundaries sometimes, you're never going to know what you're capable of. And if you've got the right guys that'll help you get through some of those things you don't think you're capable of doing, you'll never know. Because I tell you what, when you get through something that you stood there and said, I don't think so, but you got 3 other guys in your ear saying, hey, you know what? It's going to be tough, but we're all going to get each other through it. That, my friend, when you get to the other side, is called victory. And when you have achieved victory, you have won. Anyway, I'm Joe, Radio 690 ADV, 690ADV.com. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for being part of the podcast. And don't forget, give us a subscribe. Check us out. And if there's anything that you want me to talk about or put on our podcast or maybe shoot a video, 690ADV@gmail.com. I'm all ears at all times. Anyway, don't forget our giveaway is this coming up Saturday. Make sure you are in to win. Thanks for stopping in. You guys have a great Sunday and enjoy the rest of your day. And if it's nice where you're at, go ride, man. Find your adventure. 690 out.